Dressage is an equestrian sport defined as the highest expression of horse training. Now, some refer to it as horse ballet. And this weekend, your child can saddle up and take the reins at the Dressage Expo for Young Riders and Newcomers. New Mexico Dressage Association President John Collins joins us this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Great to have you here. You know, a lot of people don't know a lot about dressage, so I'm glad you're here to bring some awareness. It was actually first recognized as an important equestrian pursuit during the Renaissance. So has the training system changed a lot over the years?
Well, actually, our horses have been responsible for our lives for thousands of years. And the earliest written manual on horsemanship was 350 BC.
Oh my gosh.
By Xenophon, a Greek historian. And then after that, in the first century, the Romans added to the training of their cavalry horses. And then after that, the Middle Ages, not much happened, but you're right. The Renaissance is when horse training became from a science to an art form. And the competitions started to form. The schools that started between the 1400s and the 1600s then started to compete against each other. We had the first school was in Portuguese in 1480, all the way to the German school in Warendorf, which is somewhere around 1600s. And of course, the famous Lipizaners came from the Spanish riding school, which is in the 1500s. And the Lipizaners were developed in a little town called Lepiza, Spain.
Gosh, what a history lesson.
Yeah, but at any rate, during that time period, the knights had to have these horses that they had to go into battle with.
Okay.
And so we started having designer horses, of course, the warm bloods. They were taking larger horses that had more strength and combining them with warm blood horses that had more agility and speed to get a horse somewhere in between.
Find the balance.
And that became the quintessential cavalry horse and or the the horse for battle.
That's amazing. Well, obviously there are some certain specific fundamentals of dressage.
Yes,
Can you explain
absolutely.
some of those to us?
Well, dressage basically means to train. It's a French word, to train.
Okay.
And that is the entire basis of the sport, is how well can a rider communicate with the horse.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of breaking the horse's spirit, it's a matter of communication with the horse. And that is really the entire goal of dressage.
It's a real partnership between the trainer and the horse.
Absolutely. You have 3 points of contact with the horse. You have your hands through the bit, you have your legs to the side of the horse, and you have your seat. And the rider has to change its center of gravity from your feet, where you'll normally touch the earth, to your seat, and then get used to communicating that to the horse.
Yeah,
now,
and there's a lot of trust as well.
Absolutely, and that's where the life goals really come in, is the trust that you establish with the horse and the training long term.
Yeah, and you know, we actually have a clip of an Aaron Kober of Los Alamos riding Smudge. Okay, so this is Aaron riding Smudge, and let's take a look. Oh my gosh. See, now I went horse riding for the first time last year, and it is a skill, I'll tell you. It is a skill. I mean, it requires a lot of discipline. Would you say that it's something that's right for every child?
Well, it can be, but the thing is, the child has to have, one, a love of horses, which is not unusual. I mean, there's a lot of little girls out there that say, "Daddy, I want a pony," when they're 5 years old.
Right, we've all said that.
Exactly right. And they have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
They have to show the ability to be disciplined, because they're dealing with a life that they need to be responsible for. And they have to have patience, and they have to have that ability to go out and be with their horse almost on a daily basis.
That's right.
And they have to have patience.
And it's important.
So it is very important, and I think not every kid has those abilities, but those that do share those qualities, horses in their life is a life-changing experience.
That's what they always say, everyone I've ever spoken to who has a horse. And I'm curious if any breed of horse could be a dressage horse.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
It's not so much the horse, it's the training of the horse that really quantifies those of dressage. How well is the rider able to communicate with that horse in doing these movements? All the dressage movements are natural gaits for the horse. However, the horse can do them anytime the horse wants to.
Right.
The goal is to have the rider be able to express that through the aids, so the horse then will do it at the rider's commands.
Interesting.
And the ability to do that with any horse is the quintessential high marks of dressage.
Well, you definitely give inspiration to people who want to do this, but the question, of course, on a lot of parents' mind probably is it an expensive sport?
Well, it can be. I mean, you have to have the ability to transport your horse from show to show.
Right.
So, and you have to, a horse itself, he's got to eat, he's got to have some preventive medicine, you've got to take care of his feet. So that comes out to about $100 to $130 a month to
and
keep
the grooming, I bet, as well, right?
And the grooming, but if you love your horse, you do your grooming yourself, so that's cost effective. But the life goals that you get out of your horse is priceless.
Yeah.
And kids that have grown up with horses, they have a whole different outlook on life, a whole different outlook on how they handle problems. They have a whole different outlook on being patient with other people. So it really is
a wonderful lesson.
Absolutely.
And a wonderful partnership with the person and their horse. And also, a lot of people will have an opportunity to learn a little bit more, because this weekend we've got the Dressage Expo that I mentioned. Can you give us some details? Because this is for young riders, for newcomers, and this is on Saturday?
Yes, Saturday, April 16th, and it's going to be held at Sandia Vista.
Okay.
And it's an equestrian park in the Northeast Heights. And we have demonstrations all day on Saturday morning from 9 to 12. And then we're going to have it open for riders, so where they can get out there and ride themselves. And so we're looking forward to participating with this. Our goal is to get more members to join our organization, New Mexico Dressage. And we hope that the kids will enjoy it. We hope the parents will enjoy it. And you don't have to have a horse to come out there and enjoy the day.
Fabulous. John, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This is great. I hope a lot of people are inspired to come on out. And coming up next on New Mexico Style, a New Mexico senior class that has taken the pledge to wait to text. Don't go away.